Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Provost, and you're watching Provost Park Pass. And today, we're supposed to be getting on a cruise ship. For those of you who've never been on a cruise ship, it's called embarkation. That means to get on, and then when you get off, they call it debarkation. Today is our embarkation day, but they give you a time to get on. Our time is at 2 o'clock. So I thought, before we get on, let's go for a hike, and you and I go see this amazing Dover castle. And I'm sorry, breathing heavy. I climbed a huge hill to get here. Let's check it out. Here, this is the entrance in. It doesn't open until 10 o'clock. I'm here a little bit early, so. Okay, so this is the castle we're gonna be visiting. It's huge. It goes around this whole, it's massive. And you can see parts of it here. And look, you see the Union Jack flag flying atop. Wow. Let's explore together. I don't know what to expect. Let's go do this. Okay, so this castle's been around for over 2,000 years. Henry II built the largest castle here in 1180 AD. The original, they said that it was like a mound, like a little village, was around 800 BC. Here's what's going on. It's very windy. This is also heavily used in World War II, and there's the war tunnels. I'm first going to go through the war tunnels to show you what that was like in World War II. Then I'm going to go up to the main castle and show you Henry II's castle. This is where they did the rescue from Dunkirk. So the story of Dunkirk is English soldiers were in France, and the Germans were coming, and it was in 1940. And the English soldiers had got nowhere to go. They were up against the beach, and the Germany sold war machines, everything was going to come in, and they were going to just basically wipe out all these English soldiers. So they, over here in England, they said we have to rescue them. They literally went, and little fishermen got their boats, and anybody had like rowboats, fishing boats, whatever. They got them over here, and they went from here over to Dunkirk and grabbed these soldiers and then ferried them back across the English Channel and saved them. And so that was, there's a movie called Dunkirk where you can watch all about it. It's an excellent movie, but that's what we're about to see, is how they saved all these soldiers. They didn't allow you to film inside the tunnels. And actually, it's okay. It's actually emotional. It's so sad. The story is the Germans had all the French and English soldiers and these Belgian soldiers, and they're stuck on the Dunkirk beach, and it was too shallow for boats to get there. So they made this desperate rescue, and they estimated they could rescue 45,000 soldiers, and they ended up rescuing over 300,000 soldiers. And people, civilians, used to like the most rowboats and speedboats and anything that floated. They went there. They called them the little boats, and they rescued all these soldiers. And they brought them over here to Dover, and then Dover became the front lines. That right there, that is where, you can't really see it now because it's got a little bit cloudy. That's Calais, France. Coming across, you see we got a little bit of cloud cover. I'm sorry about the wind, I apologize, but there's the castles, and you see some of the wind is blowing right in front of the castle. It's not wind, the clouds. I'll speak loud because it's a little windy. This castle was built in 1188 by Henry II. Let's check it out. Wow, look at that castle. That's a real castle used for defense. Every once in a while I can see like a little wisp of cloud go by this castle because we're way up on the hill. I honestly don't know much about it, so I can't really give any history or good insight on it. I'll try to learn some and maybe get some good facts. But if you know the history of this castle or some cool facts about it, please put it down in the comments down below so that the others can read it and we can learn a little bit about it. If you get a good one, I'll try to pin it to the top so that people can read that comment. This is the outer wall. Apologize for the wow. I just walked inside. You have to walk up a bunch of stairs. Lots of stairs. We're going to go to the Great Tower, and you see this here? This looks like to be like one of the, maybe like a little area of worship. We are walking up so many stairs. Tapestry. Let's take a look at a room. This is where the soldiers, like a shield. They got the crossbow and their arrows. Their swords and shields and their helmets. This here is the top. This is a well. And they would collect the rainwater and put it in here. Something interesting though, they would line the well with lead. And they didn't know that lead was poisonous back then. Well, they collect all that rainwater and put it in a big tank filled with lead, and they use that to supply the castle with water. This is like one of the areas they had to, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is where they can also lower the buckets for water. If you look, it's way, way steep down. Like, it goes way down there. And then lower it down.
It scares me.
A big crank to lower it down. And raise it back up. This would have been the Hall of the King. This maybe would have been like the bedroom. See a bed there. A little dining area. Giant fireplace to keep them warm. This is where they maybe get ready. Wow. They must have had stairs so they could go look at the window. Look at the bed. So this is, you saw the front where where this king would sit, but this is the back of that. He could enter in and exit here, so he didn't have to walk in front of people. And this is where they kept all his jewels and crown.
We go around to the chapel.
And then he could leave, and this would take him into his private chambers, his bedroom. We're walking down. I said to show these stairs. You walk down these stairs, and they could either curve that way or they go up. And they didn't really care about safety. Like that's just a drop. People just had to know not to step there. Let's go up. I don't know what that's no access. There's another. They got their exercise living here in the castle, that's for sure. Let's look down here, then we'll continue. They probably had guards stationed here, I'm assuming, by the windows. Watching. And this here. Wow. Now, of course, they didn't have glass back then, but yeah. Okay, let's keep going up. Steep. Have to be careful, you could take a tumble. Whoa. Wow. Union Jack. Okay, we're headed down. You gotta be careful, it is steep. You could take a serious little tumble, so you gotta be careful. I'm assuming they didn't, you know, there's no handrails back in the day. They put those in for us now, but wow.
Thanks for telling me, Miles.
Wait, look at that. This is just more stairs going up. Why not? And then go down here and even more stairs. Just another chamber. You'd have to get to another castle well to get lost. Okay, now we're like the Great Hall. So where they had great feasts.
Whoa.
Whoa. Feasts. Feasts.
Whoa.
Feasts.
Whoa. Huzzah.
Great feast.
Whoa.
You guys, this castle was originally constructed in 1180. That's even older than my mother-in-law.
Oh my gosh. I don't think she didn't hear.
She didn't hear. Look at that giant fireplace, though.
No, that's
We were
perfect.
told that they would eat a lot of deer and wild boar because this is a heavily forested area at the time. So no vegetarians here probably. You guys, they actually have royalty here today. We have the Queen. Hold on, let me show her. Here comes the Queen. There she is, the Queen.
Oh, wait, thank you. Thank you.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Whoa.
Whoa, there goes our Queen. Okay, so see the window there, and it opens up really wide. It's because that would provide light here for the kitchen. This is the kitchen where they cure a lot of the meat and everything's in it. You know, you have to have as much light as you could because it'd be dark. So if somebody knows the history of the Dover Castle, please put it down. I only have a rudimentary knowledge of castles. A long time ago, I lived here in England and visited lots of castles. Never visited this one. So I'd love to hear the history of it. I'd like to learn about it. Put it down. This is so impressive to think they built this castle without machinery. Like it was manual labor. So impressive. I mean, wow. So that was a totally different type of experience than I normally do. Thank you so much for watching. I thought it'd be kind of cool to see the Dover Castle. Very fun. Now we're walking down some really steep steps. Here's what's going to be happening. We are now going to be getting on a cruise ship, celebrating my father-in-law, Dr. T, his retirement. And I've had a lot of people here in England and even in France say, hey, if you're here, let us know. We'd love to meet up with you or take you to some theme park or show you some stuff. I just want to say, yes, 100%, I would love to do that. I can't on this trip because I'm going to give my attentions to my father-in-law for his retirement. But I've been talking to Amanda. We honestly are I'm thinking about coming back here to Europe and going to a bunch of different theme parks here in Europe. And I want anybody who has experience, I'd love to meet up with them and talk with them and learn about them. And so that might be a time where I'll be able to do that and meet with you guys. I just want to talk real briefly to you. I am talking to you. I want you to know that I think you are awesome. Did you know that? You make everything better. You are sunshine and just the best. And if you're having a difficult time, if you're kind of just going along and you're like maybe going through a little bit of a rough patch, I just need you to know that you are special and it will get better. Believe me, there have been times in my life when I honestly thought it couldn't get better. And like we said, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I thought to myself, I'm like, if I do see a light, it's probably just a train coming at me. I'll never get better. And it does. So just know that you are awesome. And okay. And we are going to be boarding now on the cruise ship. We'll try to show you a bunch of cruise videos. And not so much the cruise videos. I think I'll just try to show you the places we visit, some cool places that we visit while we're here in the United Kingdom. And thank you guys for being kind to other people. Kindness matters. The world's better when people are kind. That's a promise. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed the Dover Castle. If you guys just know anything about it, educate me. I want to learn anything I can about the Dover Castle. I love it. So, okay, bye-bye. I went on a hike to Dover Castle. Oh, yeah. It was amazing. The castle's been around for a very long time. They say it's been over 2,000 years because it was originally just a little village, and then they built it into a little fort, and the fort became a castle, and then the castle became like a rampart, and now it's huge, and they've used it for World War like 1 and 2, and even fought against Napoleon.